World of Warcraft is having an anniversary special where Blizzard has decided to jingle the crack rock of nostalgia that has everyone who quit back in 2010 deciding to throw away $15. Of course, I fell for the sweet embrace, and I have decided that I am ready to be heard again. It should be mentioned in Hardcore Classic that if you die in the game, you die in real life. I mean, your character is deleted forever. However, in the wise words of Joseph from Season 6 of Hell's Kitchen,
I ain't no bitch, Chef. I don't give a I ain't no bitch.
we chose to begin our adventure on the Fresh Classic Wipe server as a troll warrior who has a bloodthirst that can only be quenched by grotesque amounts of violence. Soon, I will discover that I am actually just a heavily disfigured human with a genetical combination of an Uncle Smurf and a mother pig. The game has us starting with the simple eradication of the boar, where hundreds of stank-filled carcasses litter the surrounding area of our living space. Reminds me of home. Engaging in our first combat, I am revitalized as I once again get to experience the riveting combat system of early level Classic. Enlightened by his first taste of bloodshed, our hero discovers something about himself. That the thrill of the hunt and the merciless bloodshed that Satan himself has bestowed upon me to wreak havoc upon the lands of Kalimdor. We returned successful upon the genocide of the deeply evil desert boar, and were gifted a single glove that Gornek found in the dumpster out back. We make our way back out of the camp to gather cactus apples, which at first I thought was some sort of a gag. I was wrong. Then we learn how to effectively scream at people into submission so that we can instill the fear of God into whoever may cross our paths. Fortunately, there was another task that fulfilled the rage that consumes our hero, where we get to collect the poison stingers of very large scorpions. On our path, we encounter a man taking a nap at the foot of a large tree, to which I thought was stupid. Come to find out he was poisoned by the scorpion leader, Sarkoth. This is a hierarchy that simply cannot stand, so I decided to kill everything. After successfully retrieving Sarkoth's claw from the lazy bum, we decided to unwind by attempting to socialize with the locals. Someone in particular grabbed my attention, and I decided to put on my Rizzard hat in an attempt to swoon Dr. Coochie. My attempt was unsuccessful. After my rejection, I decided the only way to repress the inevitability of forever loneliness was to enter a blind blood rage and enter a nearby cave. The occupants of this cave did not receive this well. To be fair, the weird demon dog had it coming. Deep inside the cave, where I remember being lost for hours as a child, we stumble upon Yarok Baneshadow. That sucks. For him. Once the deafening screams subsided, we decided it was time to travel onwards and make our way towards Senjin village, where we were greeted by other heavily disfigured blue jaundiced humans. We were given a simple task of collecting the mucus from local crabs along the shore. I can only speculate that they require this material for some sort of drug fabrication business. With that, I decided to help. However, obtaining the mucus turned out to be a timely event where I spent about 2 hours simply genociding crabs. I took a moment to really breathe in the beautiful polygon-shaped scenery and reflect on the decisions that I've made thus far. Then I got back to killing crabs. Once I slaughtered enough crabs to feed the entire village for weeks, I decided I would figure out how to hide my stupid interface to actually get some action shots. We continued northward en route to Razor Hill, where our real adventure would begin. We accepted all of the quests which would have us adventure all around Durotar. No more hunting small, non-invasive animals, and onto the real thrill. Humanoids. We entered the compound of the Kultirist pirates. Unfortunately for them, their existence offends me. While making my way toward the fort, I encountered someone with the same blood-fueled hatred as me, and swiftly invited them to join my crusade. They graciously accepted my invitation, and we somberly skipped into the fort with a vicious greeting. The cultists were no match for our combined might, and so we made our way to the captain's quarters, where we were greeted by the horrid abomination that is the result of a man procreating with a cow. I then left the compound quietly and calmly, and made my way back to Senjin village. Here, we encountered the Kolgar. I always wondered how many rib cages centaurs would have, so I decided to find out. Upon entering their camps, I found laying on the floor their group chat transcripts. Of course, there was only one correct thing to do in this situation: obtain it for myself and then get them cancelled on Twitter. I proceeded further into the encampment and found the remaining pieces of the transcript, wherein I then submitted them all to Elon Tusk for further investigation. After all of this, I pondered for a moment and decided that I could use a vacation. So I swam over to the Echo Isles, where I engaged in the calming hobby of hunting endangered species. This brought our hero unspeakable joy, except for that damn egg quest where you have to wander around the North Island for 3 hours simply to crush some eggs. After consuming what I can only imagine to be Kalimdor's version of ayahuasca, I realized I saw 3 of the exact same troll slowly making their way into the water. That's when I realized I might be tripping balls. We then gathered some local merry hoo-ha, and I just gotta say, that's some good shit, man. And with that, we finish up today's adventure by returning to the village drunk front known as Senjin, where our hero will get some well-deserved rest while planning our next attacks. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this long-form content, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Oh, and I do music stuff as well, I guess.